friends. Your favorite besties are back for another episode of No Ma'am. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my podcast co-host in Chaos,
Joanny. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of No Ma'am.
All right, friends, we are back with a special guest, a bitch that needs no introduction. She's a friend of the pod. She kikis with us all the time. She recaps RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17 with us. It is Ambrosia. Welcome back.
Hi. Thank you, baby. How are you?
I'm good.
I think this is the first time we've ever had somebody come back, right?
There's no way. Lanye hasn't been back?
No.
But we see Lani we see her all the time, so she really don't care.
What a distinct honor. Oh my goodness.
I know. No, Lanye blocked us and she doesn't want anything to do with us.
I'm dead.
I mean, it would be really on brand for Lani to block us and not have anything to do with us. So it would be.
No.
Well, anyways, I mean, I could be better. I was stuck in traffic for 2 hours on the bus, which was great. Apparently, it's gridlock day in New York City. So if you live in New York and you're listening to this or watching this, they have gridlock alert days, apparently. Who knew? I did it.
It's the holidays, girl. There's always really bad traffic right before the holidays.
No, it's not even about the holidays.
Me and Will were talking about it. We don't know what gridlock day even is.
No, it's a thing. It's like random days in the year that it's like gridlock. They do it on purpose.
Why?
Child, the hell if I know.
I guess because Thanksgiving, but like,
What
are they locking down? Like, they just block roads off? Is that what it is?
Yeah. And it's a certain time. They block roads off. They just like make it inconvenient for you.
And everything in here is already inconvenient. So there we go.
Is it maybe because of the parade?
No, it has nothing to do with the holidays. They said that it's just random days throughout the year that they deem gridlock days, and so they advise you not to travel during those times because you're going to be stuck in traffic.
How do you deem that? I'm like, no, we're just going to close all the streets today.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Well,
okay.
Anywho, that was a little bit of like New York City drama for us, right? But so Ambrosia, how this is gonna go is Joanny's gonna start us off with a nice little icebreaker. Then we're gonna get into what you've been up to, what's going on. Like you've said that you now doing drags full time, so we really want to hear about how that journey has been. What have you learned? What's new? What's going on? And then we'll do some rapid fire because you know you can't come to No Ma'am and not do rapid fire. It's like
work.
That's what we do. Quiet. All right, Joanny, take us off.
Okay, Ambrosia. So my question for you is, if your drag persona was a drink, what drink would it be and why?
Oh, Mountain Dew. Definitely. Specifically, though, it has to be regular, plain old Mountain Dew, room temperature. And let me tell you why.
Room temperature is crazy.
That's how I drink my Mountain Dew, so I feel like it's only fitting. I think that, especially in New York, hot take, there's so many drag queens who are out here trying to reinvent the wheel and do something like unique, original, and sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. And I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with just being a good commercial drag queen. I'm not out here doing anything crazy. I literally have on a gray smoky eye and a nude lip. Basic. Therefore, the original Mountain Dew. We're not Baja Blast, we're not Code Red, we're nothing crazy. We are just good commercial and everyone's down to clown.
I love that. Speaking of that, though, speaking of your drag, what kind of inspired you? Are there any queens that you kind of model yourself after?
No.
What are your inspirations? No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Well, obviously, the blueprint for me is very much Miss Plain Jane. I am absolutely obsessed with queens who can combine being cunt and being comedic. I love the stupidity. I love the subverting expectations. When you walk out and you're like, oh, I just look so puss. And you're expecting to see a queen hit a little 1-2. And then instead she pulls out big, huge titties and like farts on the mic. Like, I love the stupidity. And the fact that like her mug just it's simple. It's easy. I think there's, like I just said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with just like being good at something. We do not need to be reinventing the wheel. We do not need to be curing cancer. Well, I mean, we should be curing cancer. But in the drag community, we do not need to be curing cancer. We do not need to be solving world hunger. Sometimes all we need is just someone to entertain the audience. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. So plain Jane.
I am absolutely going to clip that part of you saying we don't need to cure cancer. And I'm spreading that all over social media.
And by him, he means I will be doing that because he is not the one that does the technology on the podcast. So
well,
I don't. We all know our roles, right? But speaking of Plain Jane, we see it in terms of like the overall aesthetic and then the body. So tell us about this because I know that you make some of those padding yourself. So like, what's your process? because the padding always looks great. The body is bodying.
Thank you. I mean, especially right now. I mean, you can't see because I just look so sickening from here down. I'm bodied out right now. It's tucked up. The pads are on. But no,
Stand up
I
for
fully,
us.
baby, the padding. You girls could never.
Could
That's
never,
baby. That's body.
never.
So I'm a fraud, I'm a scammer, I'm a sham. And let me tell you why. Yes, I do make my own padding. I've made pads for a few of the girls in New York. There's one specific queen. I don't know if she'll see this, so I'm not going to name her, but she needs to hit me back up because they didn't fit her because her measurements were wrong when she sent them to me. I digress. Point being, I fully saw a TikTok from Camille Yen who makes all of the padding for the girls in Boston, and she did like, it was the pads laying down on the floor. And I've always been the kind of person where I can see something and just
Mhm.
like copy it. It's gay audacity. I think I can do everything. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, you know what? Let me just try it. So I did it, and then now here we are, and I'm making pads for people in New York. And did I steal her technique? Probably, but her commissions are closed, so who else is gonna do it?
Right. I mean, no, I wouldn't consider it stealing, right? Because what she does is what she does, and what you do is what you do. And at the end of the day, there's probably slight variation between what Chameleon does for the Boston girlies and what you do here for the New York City girlies. But I think it's
100%.
great that you can like see the inspiration and you can take the inspiration and then you do it right. We've seen a lot of these drag queens out there, and we know that after a while, you kind of get inspiration from a particular queen that we've either seen on TV, seen before you. Some of them do it really great, others not so much. But I
Yeah.
think the inspiration from Plain Jane is really evident in what you do, and so you're doing it great.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. I think like when it comes to performing and how I like to carry myself, I'm not necessarily like, oh, let me take a note from her because she obviously was not the nicest person on TV. But yeah, just like the aesthetic, I love the exaggerated body. I love the titties. I love the fact that it's just like such a simple puss mug. It's like nothing crazy. And I love the fact that when I'm waiting outside the and people walk by, they think I'm a prostitute. I think that's the best part.
I mean, that's like one of the highest compliments you can get as a drag queen.
No, exactly. If you think I'm a woman, I'm winning.
Right,
Mm.
it's Womana. So we know where Plain Jane got her name from. So tell us a little bit of how like Ambrosia came about. Like where did the name come from?
Oh my goodness, yes. So, fun fact, I actually come from a musical theater background. I went to school for musical theater. That's why I live in New York now. And my second year at school, I had this girl named Ambrosia in my class. And, like, just to be frank, she was not very attractive. She was not very talented. She was a little off kilter. And every day she would walk into class and she would be like, guys, I just got a call back for a movie. I just got a call back for a Broadway show. No, she didn't. She wasn't getting a call back for nothing. She was literally just making up fiction and folklore, telling tall tales in class every single day. And my first time getting in drag, I was like, you know what? Wait, what's the name gonna be? And my roommate was like, your name should be Cooch Potato. And I was like, that's kind of puss. And then once the makeup was on, I was like, no, baby, I'm a woman. And it dawned on me in that moment that I was just as delusional as Ambrosia was. And Ambrosia just stuck.
I love that. I mean, that's normally where a lot of the drag names come from is delusion. And so, you know, what perfect way to mesh the two. And we live for a delusional drag queen. Like we love them. I think they're the best. So Jawani went and asked you if what drink would your drag be. But now I want to know, based on your drag, describe it in one sentence, but it has to sound like a grinder bio. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, no one has been able to do this correctly yet. So let's see. Go
This
ahead.
question tricks the girls up.
I think it would be thick, dumb, and ready to come.
That's so good.
I love that.
Thank you. No, yeah, I've actually been keeping up, and I agree. I have not seen anyone be able to say anything yet that would actually be a greater profile.
No.
So I'm glad I was asked. I feel accomplished on that note.
Yes. I mean, Lolita was the first one we asked. She got stumped, but it's fine because first is the worst, right? Jay was almost there. She almost had it. And
Well, and
then,
that's crazy because she's always on the grid, so I don't know how her answer was not better.
right? Like, and she almost had it. And then Janae was good, but Janae was very, like, it was very Janae. I don't know how much it was like a grinder, like, bio, but we have to give her credit for that.
Yeah.
That's for you,
Now-
Janae.
I mean that I think is a perfect description of you. But now we want to get a little bit into like the gig and the grind. So I'm kind of curious to know what's one of the wild things you've experienced while performing.
So when I first started performing, I was doing drag wars at Pieces Bar literally every single week, and it took me 4 weeks of losing until I got my first win, because Ivy Fisher was just there being so beautiful and hot that you can't really compete with that. So I finally get my first win. I'm on a winning streak. I get to my third win, and you need four to automatically get inducted into All Stars. I'm going for my fourth win on this night, and this woman, I'm performing "Sweet Dreams" by Beyonce. This woman stands up to tip me, and I'm like, I have my back to her. I'm walking back towards the stage. She starts following me. She busts her ass, falls face first on the floor, and I walk over and I try to help her up. And she puts the money in my hand, grabs my arm, and starts to pull me to the ground too. And I was like, baby, I'm performing "Sweet Dreams, but we're not about to take a nap right now. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So I backed up and I just looked at her, and she sat there. And then later that night, I found out that she had actually pissed her pants. Yeah, and that's honestly the craziest experience I ever had. I had a woman with pissy pants trying to pull me to the floor with her.
Oh my god,
That
drag
is
is not
not
a
where I
contact
was.
sport.
That is not where I was
Literally a
expecting the
month
story
into
to
drag,
go.
though. A month into drag. I'm like, I don't know how I handled it the way I did, but thank God I did, because Shaquita Hall, who hosts the show, said to me after, she was like, you handled that really well, because any other drag queen would have been like, ooh, bitch, like, get out of my face. So, lead with kindness, everyone.
Yeah. I mean,
Help
so
up pissy pants.
that was your most chaotic moment, but what is one of the moments that you're really proud of?
So, okay. Lately, I've been performing "See You Again" by Miley Cyrus, and that has been like my new go-to. That's the number I'm probably the most proud of recently. But coming from humble beginnings, I had performed "Freak the Freak Out" from Victorious,
Oh, I love that
and
song.
I did the whole bit. I sat in the audience, they announced me, I walked up to the stage, glasses, beret, sweater, different wig, and I think I did all the reveals the whole moment. And I still lost, but winning isn't everything. Because I freaked the freak out, and I actually just got a flashback in my camera roll because it was a year ago, like 2 weeks ago.
Hmm.
Yeah, happy
Okay.
anniversary, Victorious.
I need
Nice.
to
I
see
thought
that
you was gonna
video.
say the one with I think your mom was in it. I think he was performing at that's the one I like, I really enjoyed. I thought that was a really good one. Was that for like
Yeah.
Ultimate Diva?
It was for Drag Wars All Stars. Yeah, so the category was diversity. And up until that point, I had only ever been doing like high energy, like dancey, let me hit a windmill. And I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do for diversity? And hello. Anyway, I put on gloss. I was trying to be diverse today, and it's all up in my lip.
Ugh.
So I had never done a ballad, and not to give a sob story, but my mom's actually going through chemo right now. She's been battling cancer for like 4 years now. And when that category came up, I was like, okay, well, I really want to do a ballad. I want to kind of like be a tribute to her. And I knew what I wanted to wear, but I didn't know what I was going to perform yet. So I wore this blue dress, and I was like, oh, I kind of like, and it was like, I forget the name of the material, but it looked like liquidy. So I was
Hmm.
like, all right, I'll do My Heart Will Go On. I'll do Celine Dion, make it a Titanic moment, because every time they re-release Titanic in the movie theaters, me and my mom go, because when I was younger, I loved Titanic. So I told her, I didn't tell her what I was going to do, but I was like, hey, mom, kind of stand by the stage so you can get a good video. And then I had pulled her out and we did the whole like Jack and Rose pose moment. And it was really sweet. So yeah.
Yeah. It was a really good moment. So I'm not an emotional person, but that was an emotional number.
Okay. And how has being part of the drag scene changed you as a person or shaped who you are today?
Ooh, that's actually a really good question. So I like to keep my drag and my personal life as separate as possible. If I'm not performing, if I'm not working, I really don't go out much. So like it's been a little tricky for me in that regard, getting integrated into the scene, because I'm not out networking as much as a lot of other newer queens are. So like with that, I think it's helped me set those boundaries more, because I have a tendency to like work, and I will like force myself to be in drag, do the day job, be outside. And then once I realized that I didn't have to do that, I was able to kind of set that boundary between, okay, here's my personal life, and here's where the wig gets put on my head. And
Hmm.
ever since that, I feel like I've been a lot more like at peace when I'm in drag. Because when I started, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna be a bitch and I'm gonna make everyone hate me because I'm just so puss. And now I'm like, I'm not doing the competitions anymore. And it's not because I don't want to be competing, but it's more so I don't feel the need to compete with anyone anymore. I think that I'm very grateful for like the open stages and the competitions and everything for letting me get my foot in the door. But it came to a point where I realized it didn't matter how much I was winning because like things like Drag Wars All Stars Ultimate Diva, I lost. And it was like, oh my God, does that mean I'm bad at drag? And
Mhm.
it boiled down to like, no, Nick is still Nick and Ambrosia is still Ambrosia. And you know, just because Ambrosia lost something doesn't mean Nick is doing any worse because of it. Like they're just two separate entities.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think setting boundaries has been like drag helped me be more firm with those kinds of things.
No, I think that's a really great thing because we always ask a lot of the queens when they come on here, it's like, how do you separate the persona that we see, right, versus the person that is you every single day? And I think it's really important because even us as podcasters, people may get an idea of who we are, and then if we're outside, they may say, oh well, like those are like two catty bitches, and a part of it is true. We are two catty bitches. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you, but at the same time, are we approachable? Yeah, maybe one of us is. I'm not going to tell you who that person is, but maybe one of us. And you know, like if you see us, then you'll know who's the more approachable one. Maybe one is more approachable when they get drunk, but I'll let the viewers make
I
their
feel
own
that's
assumptions of who that is, you know? But we understand that has to be separation. It happened to us. We went up for a nomination for, an award ceremony and we did not get nominated. So does that mean that our podcast is shitty? It doesn't. It just means that, hey, maybe we just didn't capture enough people to really understand who we are. So I think that separation is really important because it can get a lot.
Yeah, and well, especially because so many people, queens specifically, I've noticed, get so enveloped in their drag persona that they have nothing going on for them outside of doing drag. So, like, if they're not getting tipped the way they think they should be getting tipped, some people will get upset. If, they're not getting the gigs they want to be getting, people will, like, kind of tear themselves down. And I'm just a big believer in, like, you need the separation because it's so easy to get warped up in pretending to be someone else that you lose sense of who you really are. So like when I'm not working, I'm at the gym, I'm playing video games, I'm doing my own thing because also like for me Ambrosia was a way to one stay performing because doing theater it is hard to get gigs, but it also was a way for me to express the feminine side of me that I had always kind of been more afraid to showcase. And it's like I use Ambrosia as the outlet to be sexy, to be outspoken, to be feminine. Whereas when I'm Nick, I'm still kind of a bitch, but like I'm not as feminine. I don't view Nick as like this sexy figure. I'm like Nick looks like a 12-year-old boy. So, you need to have something going on for you outside of let me hit this little jazz square and collect your money. I think whether it's a day job or whether it's get a cat, like, literally something, like just something to separate the two. Because if not, you're gonna wind up getting lost in the sauce, and baby, the sauce is deep. You don't want to get lost in it.
Yeah. And I mean, Giovanni knows all about having a cat.
I have two.
Well, baby, me too.
So I have a question because obviously when we first recapped Drag Race, you wasn't working full time as a drag queen. And
Yes.
so now where you are. So tell us about a little bit of how that journey happened. And now that you're at Lips, how has that been? Especially because it's funny. It's really interesting about Lips because Lips is really, I would say, the heteros introduction to seeing drag queens and drag performances. And so that's different than actually working at one of the bars. So how has that changed your drag?
Yeah, so basically, I was working a day job in an office. It was a sales position, and it was commission only. And did not come from a sales background. I was working at Starbucks, and the store I was working at, I was like unhappy. I found out they were closing, so I quit. And I started working the sales job, and I was doing pretty okay. But when you're working in a position that's commission only, it's a little scary. You're not making the sale, you're not getting the money. So I was still, doing drag here and there. Like if I had like a brunch or something, but I was trying to wean off doing the open calls as much as possible because I wanted people to start taking me more seriously. And someone told me somewhere that when you do the open calls and the competitions, like more established queens will look at you and be like, oh, well, that's an open call girl. That's a competition girl. Like, we don't need to book her. There's plenty of girls who do that. And I was like, I'm not sure if I like that, but let's see. So I started weaning off, and then I got a text from another queen who works at Lips, Roxy Chanel, and she was like, "Hey, we're hiring a door girl, and they're looking for a queen who can dance. So they're probably gonna reach out to you." I had the manager reach out to me. I went, I auditioned, and I was just working on Sundays while also doing the day job. And on Sundays, there it's a little slow because I wasn't doing brunch; I was doing the dinner shift. So sometimes they wouldn't even be open if they didn't have enough reservations because it just didn't make sense. Especially in the summer, a lot of people aren't looking to go to drag shows in the summer. People are on the island. People are doing their own thing. And then they were like, "Okay, well, you're doing good on Sundays. Do you also want Wednesdays?" And I was like, "Sure, okay." And then they were like, "Oh, well, can you work more?" And I was like, "Well, I work a day job, but if you tell me that I'm going to be guaranteed to work, then we'll see what goes on." So they gave me Saturday nights, which is like their big night. So I taken a leave of absence from the day job, and I saw the money, and I was like, "Okay, great." So now I'm no longer at the day job, and I'm doing lips. And I think it's been incredibly rewarding so far because a lot of the girls who work there are more pageant queens, a lot more old school, which is definitely not what I tend to do. So, you know, if I look a little whack, they will definitely clock me on it. But also, it's such a different energy being there because people go and they know exactly what they're there to see. I feel like a lot of the times in nightlife, some people just want to go out to the club, they want to go out to the bar. Then when a queen comes out and does like a little pop-up number or something, they're like, "Yo, what the fuck? I'm over here trying to drink my Cosmo, and now you're over here doing a dip in my face. Like, what is this?" Which I've noticed can definitely turn off some people. And it seems, especially in New York, like if you're in Hell's Kitchen, you could spit your gum out and it'll hit a drag queen. Like there's drag queens everywhere. So, you know, people aren't always looking to be out in that kind of environment. So being at Lips, they know exactly what they're walking into. They know they're going to come get dinner, they're going to see a drag show, and it's going to be a good time. So there's no, you know, there's no negative energy, there's no bad vibes. And it's just been really good for me in terms of like learning how to present myself, how to carry myself, what I need to work on, where I, you know, am good for right now. And, you know, we're always evolving, we're always leveling up, not only as people, but like as an artist. So, yeah.
I mean, if it's one thing a pageant queen is going to do, it's going to get you together. So they will get you together.
Real.
But in the best way possible. They're going to shade your ass, but they're going to get you together.
Yeah, well, luckily, like, they can't really say too much about, like, my makeup. Like, that was the first thing they said to me. They're like, "Oh, like, you're really pretty." But there's been times where I will walk down the stairs into the dining room and they'll go, "Bitch, now what are you wearing? What is going on?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? This is my bodysuit." I'm like, "Baby, you're supposed to be wearing a dress." And I'm like, "Me in a dress? All right." And then I look fucking stupid in a dress because I literally am built like a fucking beauty blender walking around in a dress. I look stupid as shit, but it is what it is. C'est la vie.
True.
I love that. Okay, so after Lips, what's kind of your next big dream or goal for your drag career?
So honestly, there really isn't one.
Okay.
I think a lot of people get caught up in the like, "I'm gonna be on RuPaul's Drag Race." But for me, like, it's not really something I am dying to do. I think right now, I'm really grateful to be at Lips. I'm going to take it as a learning opportunity, level up my performance ability, level up my looks, level up everything I possibly can. Maybe I'll submit next year. Who knows? But genuinely, I just want to kind of live in the moment and take what I got now for what it is. So I don't take it for granted in hindsight because, you know, you don't realize what you have until it's gone. So right now, I'm working at Lips 3-4 nights a week, getting to do drag, getting to perform, making my money. I can pay my bills just doing drag. I have plenty of free time. So I'm just like, whatever happens, happens. I would, though. I kind of got, here's some insider tea. I kind of got fucked over this summer. So immediately after my first time doing Drag Wars All-Stars, Cherries on the Bay was looking for queens for Fire Island. So I had emailed them, I sent them some videos, and I said, "Hey, look, I've been doing drag for about 5 months. Here's some videos, here's what I look like. I sing, I dance, I can talk, like, whatever." And they're like, yeah, they called me and they're like, "Oh my goodness, yes, like we would love for you to have your own show here. We're thinking like Friday or Saturday nights. Would it be you or you and a guest?" And I was like, "Oh, like it could be whatever. Like I'm willing to work with whatever you guys need. Like thank you so much for this opportunity." We settled on Saturday nights. It was like a 9 o'clock show slot, and I was like, "Oh my god, everyone's about to gag. I just started doing drag and I got my own show on Fire Island. Bitches eat it." They ghosted me. They never, they stopped talking to me. And I'm literally texting this man being like, "Hey, any updates? What's going on?" Crickets. Then I find out that that slot this summer actually wasn't even a drag show. They just turned it into a dance party. And they had reached back out to me being like, hey, you could do pop-ups. And at this point, it was like literally like 3 weeks left of the summer. And I was like, no, it's okay. So now I want to work on Fire Island. Now, I know Cherries is like the company out there, and like based on that experience, I'm not sure if I'd want to work with them specifically. But
Yeah.
you know, you take what you can get. So hey, Cherries, if anyone at Cherries is watching, I'm available for Saturday nights at 9 o'clock.
Shoot your shot,
Love
girl.
that. Yeah. No, I mean,
The
it's
shot
very.
girl Patrick is a-
No, I said shoot your shot, girl.
Oh, I thought you
Like
said
go
yes,
for it. Like
Saturday
yeah,
nights
yeah.
as the shot girl.
Yeah.
God damn.
No, what I was gonna say was I think it is very important, and I think it is something that a lot of other queens need to realize is that you have to start from someplace, right? You're not gonna be the greatest overnight, and you may not have your show tomorrow. It may take something like working at an establishment that's already well known to really just get those repetitions, get how to host shows, get that muscle, build that muscle. It's repetition, repetition, repetition. We've all worked in jobs in which when you start training, you a hot ass mess, right? Think of Starbucks. When you start making those beverages, you don't know how to steam milk. You looking like how many shots of espresso you put in what, how many pumps, what? And then
What?
you keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it. People yelling at you because you got too much foam in the latte and they don't want that. Now it's looking like a cappuccino. And then you no longer knew no more. It's like, wait, now all of a sudden you body in the bar by
I just
yourself.
got trauma. You literally, when I first started working there, I kid you no lie, I distinctly remember like 3 weeks into me working at Starbucks. I started doing barista work when I was 17. Literally, this is me in bed. I woke up one night like this.
Yes.
And
It's
I
a rite of
opened-
passage.
I
Yep.
opened my eyes and I was like, what is happening right now?
Yes.
You could take the barista off the bar, but you can't take the bar out of the barista. Like, I literally woke up pouring milk. I was like, what is life right now?
Yeah, it is a rite of passage. Like you cannot work at Starbucks and not have dreams about how many pumps go into a caramel macchiato. Like it is just
That's why they
it's
offer
something.
therapy. They literally
Yeah.
offer therapy because it's
Yes.
traumatizing.
Yes, you need to speak to someone. Yes. But just like that, right? Like you are not good overnight. It takes reps. And so by that
Yeah.
time, you realize that, hey, there's specific skills that you learn working at establishments like that you can take and you can apply it elsewhere. And so I think it's really great, especially someone who has tremendous amount of potential like you do. I think Lips is a really great establishment for you to like build that muscle.
No, 100%. And even just in life in general, I mean, not life in general, I'm talking about drag, but like I came out the gate and I think I've had a very different trajectory than a lot of the other baby queens because 2 months into me doing drag, I was booked by Shaquita Hall. I was booked by Janelle Number 5. And as grateful as I am for that, I also look back and I'm like, I wish I said no because I needed to work on things. Like, yes, I come from a theater background, so I could perform. So it was great that I had the opportunity to work and, you know, get to know those people a little bit better. But also, I kind of blew my load too soon. Like, I didn't have an opportunity to really cook and, you know, hone in on everything that I wanted to. I didn't have an opportunity to lock in on my drag the way that I would now, having, you know, been doing it for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
So I think it's important, like, don't rush the process. That's why I'm just like, I don't really care about Drag Race. I don't really care about like, oh, I want to do a big pageant or anything yet. I've been doing drag since summer of last year. It's been like a year and a half. I'm just taking it as it is because no matter how good you think you are, there's always things you can work on. Like for me, I watch videos back of me when I first started and I'm like, damn, bitch, like slow down. Like I'm literally everything in the kitchen sink in the first 30 seconds of the song, like, whoa, reel it in. So yeah, I mean, like you said, it's good to build that muscle. It's good to be able to self-reflect because in the moment you don't realize what is what until you look back at it and you're like, oh, I kind of looked like shit. That's wild.
I mean, it happens to the best of us. Speaking of self-reflection, I think it's time for my favorite section of the episode, and it is rapid fire. This is a game we're calling Not Too Much. So there is 3 categories, and there's 3 questions for each of those 3 categories. But you're going to answer all of those questions. You just get to choose what order of the category you want to go first. So the categories are, you ate that, she's that girl, and girl what? So out of those 3 categories, which one are you choosing first?
You said she ate that girl what and what else?
And so you ate that, she's that girl, and girl what?
Let's do you ate that first.
Okay. So the first question is, What food requires a mandatory nap after eating?
Oh, that's such a good question. Bitch, one thing about me, I'm gonna eat. Personally, I can always knock the fuck out after any meal. But I live in Bushwick, and there's a pizza place not far from me called OMG Pizza. I literally order that shit at least 4 times a week. Like, it's so bad. I will eat a whole personal pizza, a fry, and I will get a ginger ale. That pizza is gone, the fries are gone, and I'm hung shoe KO.
All right. The next question is, name a bottom shelf liquor that you love.
Oh, bitch, I don't even drink.
Listen, look at that.
No, okay, so honestly, I never know what I'm drinking, because I don't drink often, but, when I do drink, I will just do shots of well tequila.
Okay.
If I drink to get fucked up.
Okay. And so what is the best food fight weapon? What will be the best food?
Spaghetti.
Yeah. You know, Janae said that the last episode.
Well, yes, because the sauce is gonna stain, the noodles are wet,
Mhm.
you're gonna smell like a tomato. Spaghetti. And baby, and my ancestors are with me. My family's Italian, bitch. I'm ready with it.
I feel like it'd be
it's
like
so funny.
a baguette. Like, you can smack bitches with that. Like, baguette's
That's
hurt.
what I was thinking. Like a
Like,
baguette
baguette's
or
fucking
something.
hurt.
That sounds more like a fist fight that you just happen to be using food for. If you're that close to be whacking bitches with a loaf of bread, you might as well throw hands. Fuck the food.
That's true. That's true. Okay. So you have She's That Girl and Girl What left.
Let's
What are
do
we choosing?
She's That Girl.
Okay. So who is your favorite it girl in pop culture history?
Megan Fox.
Ooh.
Forgot
Okay.
about her.
Down.
What era of Megan Fox, though?
Like Jennifer's Body.
Mhm.
When
yes,
I started
choice.
drag, I was like, I'm gonna be the Megan Fox of New York. I would never, like, this is a new one, but like, I ordered this Amazon bust down when I first started, and I would not take that shit off. I literally was like, bitch, you can't tell me nothing. I'm fixing my car right now, and Michael Bay is recording me. Where's Bumblebee, bitch?
That's a good era of Megan Fox. We have to give it. If he was gonna do Machine Gun Kelly, it would have been questionable.
Well, her body, have you all seen her lately, though? Her body is so deep. She looks so good. But no,
Yeah.
when she was this big and her hair came down to her ass crack, Megan Fox.
Yes. Okay. If you could be in a vampire movie or TV show, which one would it be?
Okay, so this isn't specifically vampires, but I would love to specifically be Marceline in Adventure Time.
Oh.
She's that girl.
Heard.
She's that girl. A sexy rock star vampire. Get it.
She
Get
is
into
that
it.
girl. All right. And then the last question in She's That Girl is, what song can bring you out of a coma?
It's Okay, I'm Okay by Tate McRae. You literally could shoot me dead, headshot. I'm done, and I literally will rise from it. It's okay, I'm okay. It's a wrap. I literally will bust that. I could be dead, literally dead. I could hang myself, bitch, and my corpse. The whole bit.
That's a really great Tate McRae song. I'm not gonna lie. It is in my Spotify repeat. The Asher remix. That's my favorite.
I can't agree. I like Tate McRae, but I love music. I listen to all different kinds of music, and as a music person, I could take a step back and objectively say her music is not very good. Her songwriting is like mid. You don't know what she's saying, but something about the beat and the fact that I know exactly how she looks performing it. I'm like, bitch, she's
It's
so
true.
puss. She's so puss. Like, I know we're all about Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, whatever. Tate McRae is that girl. I don't know what to say. She's so hot.
Listen, shout out to New York City's Tate McRae. Give me more.
Wake that up.
So, all right. So now we have Girl What. So the first question is, what's something that you find sexy that we're pretty sure no one else does?
Oh, ooh, see, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. I like when,
Honestly, you kind of just sounded like the Grinch right now when
The
he
Grinch.
tried on his
I'm not
like.
going. No, I was just having this conversation yesterday, actually. I have a really hard time finding things sexy. Like, people are into, like, in the bedroom, like, sweating, and I'm like, if you sweat on me, bitch, I'm punching you in your soft spot. Power down. Oh, I'm into spit, which, like, I'm sure a lot of people are, but, like, I will spit in your mouth, and that's that.
Oh my God, we have to unpack that. What is sexy about
Okay,
spit?
Demon Twink.
What it is. So, like, I was the person when I was in college, all of the girls would want to kiss me because they all thought I was a good kisser. I believe in kissing the homies. And I think because of that, I am touch deprived because when I'm out of drag, like I said, I look like I'm 12, so no one wants to come near me. So I'm like, this is my opportunity. Come here. Good boy.
Oh my gosh. All right. So you guys heard it here first. Okay. The second question is, what is one social obligation that's always a waste of time?
Oh, I fucking hate it when the drag queens, the gay people, the DJs, whoever go, hi. I hate that shit. If we're saying hello, hey, give me a hug, give me something. Why are we, bitch? This isn't France, bitch. Bonjour, like bonsoir. I don't got time for the kiss kiss. I think that shit's corny. No offense to either of you if y'all do that, but I think that shit is so whack.
You know what's so funny? It's like, where did that come from, though?
That's
Because
where the mix
where,
where we like that's not something that really happens in America in any other social situation. I don't meet people and be like, hi, mwah, that shit's corny. That's whack. Like, sure, it's cute when you're in drag and everything and you're feeling the fantasy, but I tell people all the time, I'm a man in a wig. I do not care about the female fantasy. I'm not about to be like, hi, baby cakes. Oh my god, bitch. Hey, nice to see you. Come here.
mm,
I'd rather
mm,
a handshake, a hug, dap me up, fucking, I don't know, do something. But the kiss on the cheek is whack.
yeah, you know,
Ooh.
like, I don't mind it because at this point we're used to it, so it is what it is. But I just find it to be really interesting because it came out of nowhere. Like
Yeah,
that,
I
we
do
didn't
it.
never used to do that before, but now all of a sudden it's like, like I don't know what happened.
Yeah, no, like I do it because I'm so used to it at this point. But like if it's someone who I talk to on a regular basis, like one of my sisters, I will literally be like, bye, I love you, and I'll give them a hug. Like, I think being like, bye, love you later, alligator. Like, what are you doing? It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
Anyway.
sometimes it's funny because it can get really awkward because you don't know like which way they're going, and so you
Are
might
we
bump
going left
into
or are we
like
going right? I'm over here like swerving
right.
and curving.
It's like, what we doing? We playing like defense, offense? I don't
It
know what's
makes me
happening.
nervous. And I think that's why I don't like it. Because one of the first times it happened to me, I was like, are you trying to kiss me right now?
Oh.
I, I didn't know that was a thing. And then once I started seeing it more, I was like, oh, let's just kiss at that point. Like what are we doing?
Right. Okay. And so the last question is a fill in the blank. So, never waste a Friday night on blank.
Shit, it's supposed to be rapid fire. Fuck.
That's the point. No
Never
thinking.
Never waste a Friday night. No thinking, bitch. You're gonna get not even a. Never waste a Friday night on Burger King. No, I think everything's a fucking waste of time. If
Oh.
I'm not doing drag, I'm literally doing the most mundane things. I'm bed rotting. I'm on TikTok. Sometimes I go to the gym if I can pull myself out of bed. Everything is a waste of time on my Friday night. Actually, never waste a Friday night prepping. Never waste a Friday night prepping. I got IBS and I've been in like an era where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be a bottom now. And I can't. I can't. I'm always constipated or I'm always shitting. Like, I never waste a Friday night prepping. It's gonna take me entirely too long.
You know what? Like, us tops, we gotta stick together.
I just don't have sex, period. Like, me and my roommate were just having this conversation. No one around here is like really that attractive, but also if they were, we live in a weird area of Bushwick. We're like all the way at the bottom of the barrel. Like everyone is like 83 years old. But even if people were attractive to me, I would do no such thing. No, ma'am. Like I just have no desire to whatever you're gonna do for me, I can do it myself. Never waste a Friday night on a man.
I like that. That's a really good answer. Okay, so I have one last question, and it is from a fan. So
I forgot. Oh shit. Okay.
So obviously, I put it on Instagram, and I was like, "What questions do you have for Ambrosia?" So this question is from J. Joshua's.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Actually, there's two questions. The first question is, "What in the plain Jane tits?"
You know what, baby? What in the plain Jane tits? What in them?
That is what. Okay. And then the second one is, "How big is that ass?"
Well, okay, so Joshua was actually helping Miss Akinacia get dressed backstage for Drag Wars All Stars. And he's familiar with how big that ass is because I literally got an outfit made by a designer in Mexico, sent all my measurements, everything fit fucking perfectly. I don't know, bitch, maybe my Hershey pie that day like really did me in, but the outfit was a burlesque outfit and it had reveals that were like snaps on the hips. None of them would snap. He literally had to like push my padding in and try to snap everything in. And I walk out to perform, and immediately tit pops off, hip pops off. I was like, yo, what in the fuck is going on? So he's quite familiar with how big that ass is. When it's not padded, bitch, I'm built like a wacky inflatable tube arm man. Like, there's no ass, bitch. Like, this paper towel roll, that's me out of drag. That's me with no bronzer on, too. Like, I literally am built like a fucking bamboo stick. No ass.
Screaming.
Thank you,
Well,
Joshua.
yeah, that was the questions. All right. Well, Ambrosia, that was the end of the episode. So do you have anything that you would like to plug? Where can the friends follow
Ooh.
you? Let them know.
Yes, so I actually recently went through a name change. Not really, but before the name was Ambrosia Zwan. Zwan was like an ode to my grandma because that's her maiden name. But whenever I'd have to spell that on a mic, it was way too much. So now it's just ambrosia.nyc on Instagram. It's Ambrosia, AMBROJA, because we're not doing SIA, we're unique here. So Ambrosia with a J.nyc. I don't really have too much coming up. You can catch me every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday at Lips NYC on East 56th Street. Other than that, maybe if you're lucky, you'll catch me on your local street corner.
Listen. All right. So, friends, there you have it. If you think you got what it takes to join us, fill out our guest interest form. I'll put the link below this episode. We're always looking for new voices, new friends, and new besties to join us here on No Man. And as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a single episode of No Man. Until next time, friends.